Hello fellow gamers, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany. In today's video I would like to talk about what the third-party publishers are up to and why they have not shown us any games running on the new generation of consoles. But first, you might have noticed my voice sounds a little different, and that is because I bought a new microphone to enhance the audio quality in my YouTube videos. Let me know in the comments or on Twitter how you like it, and if you like my content I would greatly appreciate it if you consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It would really help my channel out. But now, let's dive into what the third-party publishers are up to and why the hell they have been so quiet over the last few months. The year 2020 will be a very interesting one for video games, for two reasons. First, the new generation of consoles will launch this fall. And by the way, that is why I think third-party publishers have been so quiet recently. They don't want to show off their games running on new-gen hardware first. They want to leave that up to Microsoft and Sony to show off the capability of the new hardware, and then they will show what they have in store for us. The second reason why 2020 is going to be an amazing year for video games is that we already know about a couple of fantastic games coming later this year. The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk are only a few of the major games we will see and play this fall. But all of them have been announced a couple of years ago. Usually the third-party publishers announce their big AAA releases during E3, but we all know it, due to the worldwide situation, E3 this year has been cancelled. To compensate E3 and all other gaming events that are not going to happen physically this year, a lot of publishers already announced digital events. By the way, I made a video about it, what we should expect from a digital gaming event in the year 2020. If you'd like to check it out, I'll link it in the description below. But back to third-party publishers. A lot of rumors are out there in the internet, and over the next few weeks I expect a lot of publishers to announce certain games, so I would like to summarize the rumors and speculate myself what we might play this fall on our new gen systems coming from third-party publishers. Let's start with a very obvious one, EA. They don't even have to announce it, we all know it, that we are playing a new FIFA, Madden and so on this year. They already announced that we won't get a new Battlefield game this year. I expect that to hit fall 21, but we might get a little teaser trailer for that game showing off next-gen graphics in a new Battlefield game. EA also owns the rights to the Star Wars franchise. And as a huge Star Wars fan myself, I'm a little disappointed in how EA treat the Star Wars IP. In the year 2013, EA acquired the rights to make Star Wars games exclusively. And ever since, the only games we have received are 2 Battlefront games and yes, one awesome game in the Star Wars IP, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. EA owns the rights for the Star Wars IP until the year 2023, so I expect them to announce another Star Wars game. Fingers crossed, it will be a single player game. Moving on to Ubisoft. We already know about a few games coming from them. They announced Watch Dogs 3 last year and have then delayed it indefinitely. I expect that game to launch within the launch window of the new gen consoles. That game already looked beautiful and very interesting, so I'm hoping that they will take full advantage of the new gen systems. Then we have that game called Skull and Bones. They announced that a few years ago, showed some demos, it was even playable on the show floor at E3, and then, let's face it, the game disappeared from the face of the earth. Well, if the game didn't get cancelled, I'm hoping that it will resurface over the next few weeks when Ubisoft launches their digital gaming event. We have seen a very similar fate with a game called Beyond Good and Evil 2. They announced it a few years ago, showed some tech demos, and then we haven't heard anything about it. They have said that this is a very ambitious game and I expect it to launch exclusively for next-gen hardware. And in the way Ubisoft has been talking about the game, I expect the open world to be crafted so ambitiously that it can only be realized with SSD technology in the next gen consoles. And then there is a game from Ubisoft that hasn't been announced, but we all know that it is coming, a next Assassin's Creed game. As you might know, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one of my personal favorite games of this whole generation. I love that game from start to finish, and I can't wait to see a Assassin's Creed game running on next-gen consoles, taking advantage of ray tracing, and rumor has it that it features a Viking setting, and playing an Assassin's Creed game in a Nordic mythology has me really excited. Moving on to the next publisher, Activision. They have been releasing a new Call of Duty game like clockwork every year, so it wouldn't surprise me if they announce a new Call of Duty game over the next few weeks. It's rumored to be Black Ops 5. But what else is Activision publishing? They already announced one of my most anticipated games, Diablo 4. Unfortunately, they already confirmed that this game is very early in development, so I don't expect that to release before the end of the year 21. What else can we expect from Activision? Maybe we will get a new Spyro or Crash game this year? And I don't have to ask Activision for a new Destiny, I have to point to Bungie, since they are independent now. Please Bungie, give us a Destiny 3. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the Destiny games. I am not the most extensive Destiny player, I played them all and all DLCs when they launched, grinded my way to a certain light level and then moved on. But I always had a great time, and I would like to see where Bungie can take Destiny in a Destiny 3 without the influence of Activision. The next publisher I want to talk about is Warner Bros. It was rumored that they planned for the very first time their own E3 press conference. And that is because they have 3 major releases ready to announce. The first one is an RPG that is set in the Harry Potter universe. About a year ago, some footage of that game leaked. I don't want to show that footage here, otherwise Warner Bros. Is going to force me and take this video down the internet. The second game they want to announce is whatever the hell Rocksteady is working on. Rocksteady, the creators of the Batman Arkham franchise, one of my all-time favorite gaming series ever, they have been working for years now on a new game, a new IP. We don't know what it is, but naturally I'm excited. And then there is the new Batman game. This time created by Warner Bros. Montreal. It is rumored to be set in the setting of Court of the Owls. I can't wait to see that game running on next-gen hardware. It will be insane. Next up is Bethesda. Bethesda just launched the amazing Doom Eternal. By the way, I linked my video review for that game in the description below. And in the year 2019 they launched a spin-off to the Wolfenstein series called Youngblood. And I'm hoping for a full-fledged successor to the Wolfenstein series. That game must be insane running on next-gen hardware. But the games from Bethesda I'm looking forward to the most are the 2 major AAA RPGs from the Todd Howard team, Starfield and the next Elder Scrolls. After the enormously successful Skyrim, I alone bought that game on 3 different systems. I can't believe that we went a whole generation without getting a single player Elder Scrolls game, so I'm really looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6. But before we get that game, we will get Starfield, a sci-fi RPG from Todd Howard. Since Bethesda already confirmed that they won't have their own digital event, I'm hoping that we will see gameplay of Starfield in either Sony's or Microsoft's digital event. The next publisher I want to talk about is Epic. Well, they obviously work on Fortnite and will continue to support that game. I mean, it's a money printer. They also recently acquired the publishing rights for Remedy Entertainment. Remedy, the creators of Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break and the in 2019 released Control. And since the last game from Remedy was in 2019, I don't expect to see a new game from Remedy very soon. But when they finally decide to show what they are working on, I'm hoping it'll be Alan Wake 2. The last publisher I want to talk about is Square Enix. They just released the fantastic remake of Final Fantasy VII. By the way, stay tuned on my channel, I will be putting up a video review as soon as I finish the game. Square Enix also already announced a publishing deal with People Can Fly, and their next game will be Outriders, an action RPG. It looks fantastic from what we have seen and I can't wait to play that game this fall. On September 4th, Square Enix is going to publish a new Avengers game. I have heard mixed opinions about that game. From what we have seen, I think it looks fantastic. It's probably going to be a very linear action game with a lot of quick-time events, but if they are done right, I'm all up for that. Well, and then there's Dying Light 2 from the developers Techland. Square Enix has the publishing right for that game, and it was supposed to come out this spring, but it was delayed indefinitely. Now, rumor has it that Techland, the developers, got bought by Microsoft. We will see how that turns out, but I for one can't wait to see more of Dying Light 2. It looks amazing, and imagine how this game will look and play when it runs on the next gen consoles. And then there's the Tomb Raider franchise. Square Enix published the last game in the series in 2018, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It looked amazing on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. I can't wait to see a new Tomb Raider game running on next-gen hardware, but it has only been 2 years, so I'm rooting for a little teaser trailer that is hopefully revealed this year. And with that, I want to wrap it up. I think we can all agree that we can look forward to some amazing games that are either already announced or have yet to be revealed. And I'm certain I forgot a couple of games or publishers, and that is where you come in. Which game or publisher did I forget? What games that I talked about are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments of this video below or hit me up on Twitter. I'm always discussing the latest in gaming on my Twitter channel, and I share a lot of screenshots from the games I'm playing. By the way, at the moment that is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And please, if you liked this video, hit the like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it, and consider sharing it out on social media with other fellow gamers. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!